Okay, we've got Peter back. There we are.
Here he is.
There's the young man.
Let's put him on there.
How are you, Peter?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's great. So you are the one of the two Danish racers there. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Actually, there are four. The Erik, Leik, and Holger. They are actually from Denmark.
Okay, but they're racing under the BRCA banner.
Yes, yes, and living in London.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, so that half and half. I know the feeling as a transplant myself. But are you still? I haven't actually looked but you were for a while the top 40 plus racer.
Yeah.
Is that you were the top seeded one? Are you still the top ranked?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh.
I had the first round of qualification this morning. I made a 20 in the round, but then the fuel tank was too big, so I was disqualified.
We saw that. Yeah. So we didn't know why. It just says on the Everlamp's page. It just says not okay and time disqualified for a lot of people.
There's been a lot of people getting penalties.
Yeah.
Is it all fuel tank related? Is that a popular issue that people are having?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a usual thing in when it's hot, isn't it?
Yeah, but they checked it yesterday, and it was also hot yesterday. So and my passed through. So I didn't even think about doing anything about it. So yeah, I was really surprised when I took my car and saw that it was disqualified. It had a note on it.
I wonder. I mean, there must be a way to. I don't know. I don't know what would be apart from having a metal or a glass fuel tank. I don't know what the situation would be. But other than that, how's the qualifying been? I mean, the race organization looks like it's really well done. The facilities look really nice. I mean, what's your take on the facilities and the organization there in general?
If you have interviewed other people before me and they haven't mentioned the toilets and the van, have you heard about that one?
Yeah,
someone has told us. Yes.
Yeah, we've had photos sent through.
It's crazy. It's like going on a nightclub.
Is there a man inside?
Eating quite often.
Is there a man inside passing out cologne and stuff? Oh
it's
my
crazy.
goodness.
Other than that, I would say the organization, the track, the facility, and everything is top notch. It's really. A lot of people were talking about the track before the race, and not much information came out. But it's they all said it was like driving on ice, and it is difficult. But I think it's a very funny layout, and it's really a fun track to drive. Different from what we are used to in Denmark.
Yeah. And it's it's the same conditions for everybody, and you have to get used to it, and that's just how it is, isn't it?
Yes.
And so how is the rest of the one other driver officially from Team Denmark? How's the rest of Team Denmark doing?
He has been struggling. He normally he's faster than me, but this weekend he's struggling a bit. So he's not satisfied, and yeah, and of course not when a 53-year-old guy is beating him.
Have you had to do a lot of experimenting with tires, or did you find the right tire fairly quickly?
Yeah, I know the Model X guys, Ultimate Racing, from past on, and they are from Spain and used to the facility, the kind of track and the grip, and I just stick to what they say with tires and race that all weekend.
And what particular ones have you gravitated to?
Their latest thread is Trigon, called Trigon, and we are driving it in a super soft compound. But this race, all 140 drivers driving on a lot of different things. Someone driving really super hard, kind of big tires, big pin tires, and others are driving super soft. And it's and no one is driving a bar tire, even though the track is pretty much with a clean surface.
Right. That was going to be my next question. Was the bar tire seems to be when the traction really comes up. That's what people move to. But obviously, no one is using that so far.
It's because it's really low grip, this track.
Yeah.
And even though I would imagine that the bar tire would be better, but it isn't. So there's in hot race there's a thread pattern called Miami, which is normally for really loose dirt. And some of the fast guys are driving that in hard compound on this kind of track with no dust.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And
That's
in Sexmic, they also have this bandit tire, which is really looking odd. And also some of the fast guys are on that tire, which is, yeah.
it's really odd. Usually at a race, all the racers tend to gravitate to whatever brand they're running. They tend to gravitate towards the same type of tire, don't they? So it's really interesting. Is it maybe a matter because they're not sweeping after every run like we usually see it at these sort of hard pack race dirt races?
No, it's not. It's not because the driving line is there. It's clean. So if you put it in the right lane, it's 1 meter wide or 1.5. It's really clean with no dust. But even there, it's not good with a bar tire or a normal kind of tire. So I don't know. They say it's because the kind of clay they have in this area, together with the sun and the heat, it makes it polished. It's kind of a polished surface, and by that low grip. But it's
Right,
it's good.
okay.
It's really funny. I like it. It's yeah. And
So
I look very much forward to the plus 40 euros, which is control tire this year. Much better
Yeah.
for old guys.
Yeah, we had a big talk about that yesterday on the broadcast about the spec, and obviously there was a lot of discussion when that rule was announced last year after the AGM. But so the really narrow driving line that should mean that the heads up racing for the finals should be very, very interesting indeed.
Yes, and it's very difficult to pass on this track. It's and it's also in the heats. If you have a driver in front of you which is a bit slower, it's almost impossible to pass. And if you go a bit too wide in the normal driving line, you just lose a second. And the
Wow.
second here is 10 to 20 spots on the qualifying.
That's tough. That's really tough. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's deceptively difficult, really. I mean, we're watching. So obviously, we just got finished watching some of the future fastest racers in the world, doing some really fast lap times. But you're saying it's obviously not going to be anything like that in the finals, and just extremely difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, there are also many good drivers here. I know it's a B Euros, but there are so many talented, skilled, really young, under 18 years old drivers from Spain and Italy and France and UK, and those drivers don't care about the driving line if it's 1 meter wide or whatever it is. And you see
Yeah.
the top heat, they just full throttle and send it, and it's amazing to watch.
That's great. That's great. And so you just finished your was it the NXC race? Is that the correct name for
Yes.
it? And how did
Yes.
that go for you guys up in Denmark?
It went very well. We had I think 150 drivers registered for the race.
Wow.
But the weather forecast for some reason was against us. But so some drivers didn't show up. But we had only rain on Saturday afternoon, so all the race was driven in dry conditions. And Friday we drove to the 8 or 9 in the evening, and it was a really good race. So I think we were 120 drivers, and it was
Wow,
really
that's
good and
fabulous.
tough competition.
That's
And
that's
it's
great.
a high grip track, but and we like the people like Ronnefalk, Hambusberg, Markus Kerup, and those guys coming for that race every year.
That's
And last
great.
year
That's
Ricardo
great.
Bertrand also.
Cool.
Very, very cool. So what final are you in?
Next year we plan on rcracingtv as well.
Let's
Fabulous.
do it. Let's do
we
it.
got to do that. We got to do that.
What final are you in then, Peter? When do you
I'm
race
in
next?
1/8 final.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
40 after the qualifying, and starting 4th in the plus 40 final tomorrow. So
you have a
I had that stupid thing in the first round with the tank, and then in the second round I lost my head, and in the third round I made one mistake, which was it was 5 seconds, which was 24 spots. Otherwise it would have been the top 20 run.
wow.
So, and in the last run I did a 24 in the round, I think. So the whole weekend I've been about 20, 25 in that area. But I ended up
Right.
40. That's how racing is.
Yeah, that's fabulous. So you still have plenty more racing to do tomorrow. So
Yeah.
are you going to
These two
be?
finals.
Yeah, are you going to be busy tonight rebuilding and prepping diffs and shocks and things like that, or just going to take it easy?
I think there's 15 minutes until there is a football game, and then after that there's another one. So
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do anything else than watching football this evening.
Excellent.
Amazing, amazing.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Peter. It's been fantastic to catch up with
we
you.
will cheer on for the British guard, even though we don't like their referee.
We need all the help we can get. Yeah, yeah, the referee. You keep it clean.
All right. Take care, Peter, and enjoy the football, and good luck racing tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
good luck
Bye.
with the England soccer team this season.
We need all the help we can get.
I know.
See you later. Bye.